circle. The preseason player of the year in the Sun Belt Conference helps the tip be controlled by Arkansas State. And one thing worth noting in the lineup for the Red Wolves, you see Christian Willis down running the baseline. He's in the starting lineup in the place of Desi Sills, who has battled some illness of late as North Chandelmere turns and scores in the paint.
Man, great baby jump hook right there by North Chad down low.
Sills has been under the weather the last few days. As you look at the starting lineup for Air Force, Walker and a bunch of young ones. They have 11 freshmen on this Air Force roster, but we can tell you Desi Sills did go through pregame warm-ups. He's on the Arkansas State bench. We'll see how much we see of him today as the rebound is knocked out of bounds and will belong to Arkansas State, as it's wouldn't go in for Jake Hyde-Breeder. As you could look at Marquise Eaton there. Look, we haven't had a chance to talk about it much, but you look at this matchup here. It's going to be about style. Whoever can get the score in the neighborhood they want it in is probably going to win.
No doubt about it. Talking to the Arkansas State coaches, they are wanting a high-tempo game. They want to push the tempo because they want to get a lot of easy baskets because Air Force has such a good defense.
Falcons coming the other way in transition. It's poked away from Joseph Octave, but Falcons maintain possession. And now we're going the other way out of bounds. It belonged to Arkansas State.
You know, you love to see a guy like C. Will, when I'm talking about Christian Willis, get a start tonight. He works extremely hard and well-deserving to start tonight.
Willis, the sixth-year player in this A-State program. One of the best shooters in the Sun Belt, feeds it down to North Chandelmere. Goes around the defender along the baseline and scores.
North Chad, they're going to have to maybe double team him down low. He is a force down there.
He's guarded by Lucas Mormon here early. It's been a tough matchup for Mormon, one of those freshmen for Air Force. Walker out on the perimeters. The shot clock hits 10. Back to Walker with 5 on the clock. Long two. No. O'Meara yanks down the rebound. A-State wants to push.
Air Force coming out in the man-to-man defense.
Here's Davis. A little bit of a head fake, got to the baseline, and then threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, he just got in the air, didn't have anywhere to go. And just a little miscommunication with him and C. Willis on that possession. Just got caught up in the air, yep. Davis needs to be more patient on that baseline.
Out on the far side, Hyde-Breeder is on the sideline, and it'll belong to Arkansas State. Get a look at that ball hit the sidelines. He didn't catch it cleanly. Red Bulls have it off the turnover.
Well, you know, Air Force is on the road. You don't want unforced turnovers on the road as Air Force.
Caleb Fields took it to the rim and scored. And Arkansas State's got the first 6 here 3 minutes in. Walker up top to Mormon. They're going to use him to reverse it. A-State did a good job taking that away. Now here's Walker in the corner. Gives it out to Mormon. He'll take the three-pointer and knocks it down.
You have to guard Mormon on that three-point shot. You got to make him drive to the hole. You got if he's comfortable, he's going to knock those down.
It's his 7th three-pointer of the year, and he cuts the A-State lead in half. Davis near the elbow. Off the mark with the jumper, and the rebound ran down by Ethan Taylor. Pass in traffic as Octave was trying to cut down the paint, and it'll belong to Arkansas State. Now here's the deal. Air Force has turned it over a few times here early, but the thing that's kind of gone the Falcons' way is it's dead ball turnover. It's not a chance to get out and run.
Right, and that, again, Arkansas State is wanting to get out and run, and even though they got the turnover, they hadn't got out and run yet. Just
Eaton hounded and then eventually fouled by Ethan.
Great season so far this year. Just wanting to keep that energy and hopefully continue the success.
How about that? Out of bounds play with a post entry from a sideline out of bounds.
Sideline out of bounds, and not just that, what was more spectacular is the left-hand jump hook.
So O'Meara scores again. He's got 6 early, and the A-State lead is 5. Bounce pass down to Walker. Going to try to let him post up on Fields. Fields does a good job of taking away the baseline, and Walker has to give it up. And now O'Meara with a steal. He's pushing it all the way, and he will get off balance and finish anyway.
Man, listen, when your 4-man can take the ball all the way down court and score the basketball, hey, that's amazing. That's a great plus for Arkansas State.
I can't relate to this, but he kind of got stuck in that land between a dunk and a layup. Yeah. What to do?
Hey, and he made the right decision. He just laid it up.
O'Meara, 8 points out of the 10 for Arkansas State. Good cut there by Jake Hyde-Breeder, who gets the bucket. Five-point Arkansas State advantage. A little high-low with O'Meara, and that time he wasn't stuck between a dunk and a layup.
Hey, listen, man, he is so electric, so athletic. Great high-low offensive play right there.
Quick start for Norchad O'Meara, who's hit all 5 of his field goal attempts.
Well, the thing about it is people have been guarding or Chad differently since, you know, they know who he is now. And so he's supposed to be the Sun Belt Player of the Year, so they're out trying to get him.
Shot clock winding down again as Ethan Taylor has to give it up late in the clock. Walker to beat the buzzer. No, and the rebound to Caleb Fields. Good defensive trip there for A-State. Willis had the board. Now he's got it in the front court. O'Meara was going to look for Marquise Davis. It got deflected and stolen. And pass ahead, and Mormon was unable to get the finish. And Walker gets it right back, 2-on-1. And O'Meara blocked the dunk attempt. Then he got a hand on Mormon's shot. And Mormon eventually gets it back and scores. Man,
great about Orchard right there. I mean, he was protecting the rim. He needed a little help by his Arkansas State teammates.
Good job by Lucas Mormon to stick with that one as he trims the A-State lead again down to 5. Marquise Davis, free throw line jumper, no. And the rebound to Hyde-Breeder. Walker got in the crowd, gave it up to Mormon. He was open because O'Meara came with the help. Mormon gets it back and draws a foul. So the hometown kid, Lucas Mormon out of Colorado Springs, will head to the free throw line as the foul is on Marquise Davis. First foul on Arkansas State here. Mormon's at the line to shoot a couple. Look at Air Force coming into the day. Their last time out 11 days ago. They had a 7-game win streak, snaps in Montana. They were out rebounded 41-20 in that game. As their longest win streak since a while had got snapped, and then they had to take a break for finals. So it's their first time out in 11 days.
Wow. You know, sometimes that's a good and bad thing. Sometimes you don't know if you're going to be rusty, or sometimes you're just ready to play because you hadn't played in so long.
Nick Jackson is into the lineup. Junior out of Scottsdale, Arizona. A-State works with a 4-point lead. Marquise Eaton, top of the key. Couldn't get the roll on the jumper, and the rebound taken by Camden Vanderswaard. So Arkansas State's got a little over 2 minutes since scoring, as here's a three-pointer up and knocked down by Nick Jackson. Just like that, the Falcons are within a point.
Yeah, Nick Jackson can shoot that basketball. Arkansas State need to get in his play better defense on the perimeter. They letting them have wide open jump shots here early.
Jackson now 6 out of 12 from 3 on the season. Now here's Antoine Jackson out of a double team, and he throws it out of the reach of Marquise Eaton. State's gone just under 3 minutes without scoring. A lot of that's got to do with the fact that the Falcons done a better job hanging on to the basketball. Arkansas State already had 8 points off of Air Force turnovers. That shot for the lead is up and no good. And Keon Wesley's got the board. Antoine Jackson still in there for Norchad O'Meara coming out of the timeout. Malcolm Farrington had a big night with 4 3-pointers down in Lubbock the other night. He's into the lineup as well. He gave it to Marquise Eaton, and he's bumped into by Ethan Taylor, and Taylor has both the Air Force fouls here. Palms in the air. Did you ever do that after you got a foul called on you?
Oh, no doubt about it. We never think we're fouling, or it's always, hey, the referee got something against me.
Fields wants to direct a little traffic. Eaton up top for Jackson. Shot clock winding down. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Air Force just standing at man-to-man. But Caleb was able to get to the bucket that time.
Caleb Fields is so good at that right there late in the shot clock, able to still get to the rim and put Arkansas State back up by 3.
Well, he's already scored more points than he did last game. Even though he didn't score, they still said with the coaches and how they look at things and how they stat the game, he was still the player of the game. That was amazing with him not scoring.
Walker gives it up late in the shot clock. Extra pass in the corner. 3-pointer wouldn't go for Hydebreeder, and A-State's got the board. Then Arkansas State forced to play 30 seconds worth of defense. Farrington, little daylight, and he knocks down the 3.
That's all Farrington needs is a little daylight, and he get it. He can put that ball in the bucket from behind the 3-point arc.
So A-State with 5 straight points. Red Bulls have hit 5 of their last 7 shots, and then Ethan Taylor missed the bunny underneath. And Farrington couldn't haul that one in, passed too high for Marquise Eaton. So you're going to see Norchad O'Meara check in, and you do see Desi Sills, Arkansas State's leading scorer on the year, into the lineup.
Hey, just that ball sailed a little bit on Marquise that time and went out of bounds. But watch Malcolm in that corner. That's his shot.
Now it's the Falcons who have gone a while without scoring, and that's going to continue as Taylor didn't like a no call down there. Eaton got himself a little space and knocked down the 2.
Man, that's his shot. When you get in at mid-range, man, he's hard to guard right there. And so that was a great bucket by Marquise.
7 unanswered in the last 90 seconds by Arkansas State, and just like that, the lead back to 8.
Air Force wants to get the ball in the bucket this possession.
Goes in and out on Taylor, and here's Eaton looking into the front court. Falcons have missed their last 5 from the floor. Sills fires it into O'Meara. The defender fell down, and Norchad O'Meara gets the easy bucket, and they call a flopping warning.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
and now we have a technical on the Air Force bench to boot.
Yeah.
Joe Scott not happy.
Well, Norchad O'Meara is doing what he should do against this Air Force team. He has the strength and the muscle to score on their taller, slimmer guys, and he's just using that to his advantage right now.
So Marquise Eaton to the free throw line, and he's the guy you're going to put up in that spot because he's only a 94% free throw shooter. Knocks down both technical free throws here. Now they're trying to get Arkansas State out of a huddle. So the Red Bulls now on an 11-0 run after the O'Meara bucket and the technical free throws. Plus There was a flopping warning on Air Force in amongst all that led to the technical. Caleb Fields is going to come back in here and give Marquise Eaton a breather. So A-State had gone 2.5 minutes without scoring and then scored 11 points in the next 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Desi Sills picks up a foul away from the basketball.
But you know what's amazing is O'Meara came back in the game and it made things easier to score. Even though if he's maybe not scoring the ball, it just makes it easier because he draws so much attention.
Walker couldn't get the step on Fields. Now down the paint and scoring right at North Shadow Mere is Nick Jackson.
Nick Jackson made a great move. Actually, it seemed to be like an N1, but the referee let him play on that possession.
Keon Wesley dribble outside. Now they go into O'Meara, who turns and is tied up. O'Meara had bad intentions when he caught that ball inside. He turned and went with authority at the rim, and he got tied up. It'll belong to Air Force.
Yeah, great play by Air Force on that possession. They stayed straight up, and so Nick Jackson did a great job defending on that possession.
Taylor was the one that came from behind and got a hand on the ball. Miss underneath on the other end, and O'Meara got the board. Inside, Wesley gives it to O'Meara, who finishes with the left hand. North Shadow Mere has got 14 points on 7 of 7 shooting. And I don't think he's hit a shot from more than about 3 feet from the rim yet.
Hey, listen, Shaquille O'Neal's favorite saying, they're barbecue chicken down there, and so he's just getting it done.
It's a 13-2 A-State run, now 13-4 as Taylor scores inside. Ethan Taylor.
Air Force needs to, when O'Meara get the ball down low, they need to start double teaming.
Wesley open. Jumper wouldn't go. O'Meara the offensive board, and he's fouled.
And consistent.
Exactly what you would expect out of one of our service academies is North Shadow Mere at the line, and his first miss of the day is from the free throw line. Norshad was at 72% up before that miss. He rattles the second one home, and the A-State lead is 11. A-State picks up full court man off the made free throw.
Force need to do a better job of getting A.J. Walker some screens. They need to get the ball in his hands so they can get some buckets.
Taylor turns baseline, and O'Meara's there to snag another rebound. His fourth. Here's Desi Sills with a head of steam, and high off the glass, he gets the finish.
Man, that was a high off the glass, but Jackson was trying to block that shot on that possession.
After the miss, we got a whistle and a foul. It's on North Shadow Mere. Get another look at Sills. It's the first on O'Meara, so he did a good job of going nearly 14 minutes into the game without picking up a foul. Walker uses a screen, throws the lob, but Jackson unable to haul it in and get the bucket. O'Meara jump stop to the free throw line, swing it in the corner for Desi Sills. Long on the three, and the rebound taken by Octave.
Well, even though Desi missed that shot, but it was a great look. He was wide open, and you have to take those wide open shots when you have them.
A-State stops the ball now. Jackson up top. Waited for O'Meara to come out after him, and then he sort of tripped off balance. Joe Scott hadn't already gotten a technical, he'd have more to say about that.
Yeah.
Wesley collects it, misses, but followed his shot, gets it back, and he's going to pick up an offensive foul as he went right into the chest of Jeffrey Mills.
Jeffrey Mills did a great job of setting that charge on that possession. Caught Wesley out of control. So great defense by Air Force on that possession.
Marquise Davis is going to come back in along with Farrington, as Sills and Wesley will sit down. Air Force, top 25 in the country, allowing just under 59 points a game. A-State's at 26 with still over, or excuse me, at 28 with still over 5 minutes to go here in the first half. As you could see there, they were trying to take that left away from Octave.
Yeah, and Arkansas State played great defense on that possession.
And Eaton on the other end knocks down the three. Marquise Eaton with the first three of the day for Arkansas State. Or second, excuse me, of the half for Arkansas State. Farrington had hit the other. It's a 16-point A-State advantage. Red Wolves have scored the last 6. It's overall part of a 19-4 run that's gone about 6 minutes. And an offensive foul inside away from the ball, and that's going to be number 2 on North Chad O'Meara.
Yeah, North Chad got caught. Him and Jackson was kind of tussling for a position that time, but O'Meara is so strong. He's always going to look like he's getting the advantage point down low.
So Antoine Jackson will come in for O'Meara, who sits down with 15 points, 5 rebounds. Vanderswag back in for the Falcons. As Ethan Taylor will handle it into the front court.
Arkansas State has stayed with the man-to-man defense during this first half.
Walker, floater along the baseline. Pretty shot by A.J. Walker.
A.J. Walker has going to have to do more of that if they want to get back in this game.
It's Walker's first field goal in 5 attempts. And now we got inside, away from the ball, a foul on Lucas Moorman.
Yeah, Moorman and Jackson was down there battling. That's just a hard job for referees. You don't know who to call the foul on when those guys are tussling down low.
Shot clock goes to 20. A-State gets it right into Antoine Jackson. Looking for a quick hitter. Air Force did a good job taking it away. Arkansas State, we've talked about before, very aggressive on their out-of-bounds plays. As more times than not, they're trying to score off the inbounds pass.
Yeah, trying to score off the inbounds pass, and also on possessions where they made great defensive possessions and then trying to score quick without them setting up their defense.
Skip it over to Eaton. He's open for 3, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, you know, when Eaton's open for a three-point shot, it's almost a layup for him. He has had a lot of games here at Arkansas State, and he knows how to put the ball in the bucket when he gets it going.
He's got 10, and the A-State lead is 17. They've got the Falcons doubled up as we roll near the 3-minute mark here in this first half. Good job by getting a hand on that twice by Vanderswag. Vanderswag working on the offensive boards to keep the possession alive. Now he's got it outside the 3-point line and knocks it down.
Glad to have Caleb.
Caleb out for the year after undergoing shoulder surgery. A-State's basketball coming out of the timeout. Arkansas State shooting 64% from the floor here in the first half. Yep. That'll go down a little bit after the miss by Marquise Davis.
Yeah, Air Force came in at a 2-3 zone, tried to just switch up some defense or whatnot. The man-to-man was not working, so they're just trying to switch up some defense. Air Force need to do a better job of getting the ball in the bucket. They're shooting 28% from the field. They need to find a way to score the basketball on this possession.
Breeder has it, top of the key. Gives it out for an open 3-pointer. That one wouldn't go for Vanderswag right after he had just hit one. A-State's got the board. Hit 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Falcons have hit 2 of their last 10 from the floor. Lob it to Jackson. They were fronting him. He catches it on the baseline. gets to the paint with a little hook and got that one deflected by Mormon.
Mormon did a great job by not letting, so Jackson was trying to create contact. Mormon kept his distance and blocked the shot. Great defense by Mormon.
And good movement without the basketball by Vanderswag, who has back-to-back buckets for the Falcons, and the Arkansas State lead is a dozen.
You know, you got to give them Air Force credit. They could have just gave up. They were down about 17 points, but now they're trying to get back into the game.
Deep three by Farrington, who couldn't pass up being open,
yep.
even despite being really deep behind the three-point line. Walker got between defenders, and Mormon wasn't ready for the pass. Now Farrington was going to go baseline and stepped out of bounds.
You know, they keep putting that three-point line back, and so it's so close to the baseline.
Run out of room, yeah.
We usually see at least one of those a game.
And you understand why somebody's going to chase Farrington off the three-point line.
Hey,
he's deadly out there.
You want him, especially in the corner, okay? You want him to put the ball on the floor because that makes the shot a lot more difficult for him to hit.
Taylor knocks down the long two.
Yeah, great screen, though, by Air Force on that possession and getting him the open shot.
7 unanswered for the Falcons, and they're once again within 10. As the Red Wolves have gone on about a 3-minute dry spell, and changing defense a big part of that. Eaton. Well, got in a crowd and somehow saved it to Fields. His deep three, no. Shot clock is off as the Falcons can make it a single-digit ball game at the half. Ethan Taylor.
Hey, great defense. Great defense by Air Force right there, going to the 2-3 zone. Coach Scott did well by that defensive adjustment, going to a 2-3 zone. Let's just see what Arkansas State does with that.
Get a look at the defense here to start the second half. O'Meara is back out on the floor. Picked up 2 fouls in the first half, and he's getting held, and that's a pretty easy call there on Lucas Mormon, his second personal. That's one way to keep him from catching it in the post. Grab him and pull him out of there.
Well, Mormon is 6'10", and you're just going to have to use some of that size, that lift that he has to make it hard for Northside to score down low.
Say at some point you may want to use that. They kind of had him bracketed there, but might have to try to front him as Eaton knocks down the long two.
Man, again, mid-range, that's a great shot for Marquise. That's his sweet spot.
That's a dozen for Marquise Eaton on 4 of 6 shooting. A-State strikes first here in the second half. Mormon with a handoff to Hyde Breeder.
Again, Air Force needs to run some plays for A.J. Walker, get him more involved in the offense.
Christian Willis does something not many do, and he won a rebound battle against North Shadow Mirror, even though they're on the same team. Eaton in the corner. No. Tap by Davis into the hands of O'Meara.
Great play by Davis by keeping that ball alive.
Caleb Fields gets to the baseline, left his feet. Up top, shot wouldn't go. O'Meara an offensive board, and he'll head to the line.
on that possession, Octave, he was holding O'Meara down, but O'Meara still had the strength to get that rebound.
Walker with his first personal, second Air Force team foul. North Shadow Mirror leads the Sun Belt at 9.8 rebounds a game. He leads the Sun Belt at 6.3 defensive rebounds a game. So he's still averaging 3.5 offensive boards per game. Also a Sun Belt best 5 double-doubles. The guys you see there has played 32 games at the college level coming into today, and he's got double-doubles in 20 of them.
Man, that's saying a lot.
Goes 1 out of 2 at the line for the second time today. Good feed inside, Octave unable to finish, and then after that, there's a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, the whistle was a little late, but great call. Davis fouled him on that possession.
Second personal on Marquise Davis, first A-State foul of the half. It will put Joseph Octave at the free throw line. He's a 60% free throw shooter on the season. Gets the bounce on the first one.
Great rotation on that basketball.
Octave, a sophomore, and he's one of the elder statesmen on this Air Force team. 11 freshmen. They play over 50% of the minutes for Joe Scott's team. 9 of the 11 played at the U.S. Air Force Academy Prep School. This is a young Falcons roster that's off to a good start at 7-3 or 7-2 on the season. Omier, baseline, no, his first miss of the day comes on a dunk attempt.
Mormon, 6'10", using some of that size, making it hard for Omier down low.
And then he got a hand on that offensive rebound, kept the possession alive. And Marquise Eaton says, look what I found.
Yeah, just in the right spot on the defensive end and got a steal.
Missed the free throw line jumper, but Omier keeps it in play.
What a motor, what a motor. Omier just stays moving.
He's got it outside the three-point line, down the paint. Got a shot blocked by Mormon. Norshad gets it back, had it stripped on the way up, and the Falcons come out with it.
Mormon did a great job by just staying strong and putting his hand straight up. It's just hard to score over the 6'10". It's hard to score over him.
Octave had an easier time scoring when he got his own guy out of the way there. The Arkansas State lead is single digits at 9. Eaton. Turnaround, no. Octave the board. Arkansas State has missed its last 6 after getting the first bucket of the half. Octave, after Davis had fallen down, gets it and scores.
Yep.
And Mike Bala, 4 straight games, he's shot over 72% from the three-point line over the last 4 ball games.
Yeah, and if he gets it going here in this game, Arkansas State is going to be in trouble. They are. The thing about it is, Air Force need to try and get him going to try to win this ball game.
Omier strong, got his own miss. Missed inside again, so 2 misses for Norshad Omier. Mike Bellotto upset there wasn't a foul somewhere in there, and the Falcons have it with a chance to build on a 6-0 run.
Well, I just think Mormon's size is making it a little harder for Omier Norshad to score down low.
Red Wolves have missed their last 8 shots. Omier able to grab that rebound. He's already got a double-double. That's 11 boards to go with 16 points. 21st career double-double for Norshad Omier.
Norshad Omier, he's just a double-double machine.
Keon Wesley sort of absorbed the contact and scored anyway.
Great strong move down there by Wesley.
His first field goal in 3 shots on the day, and a much-needed one for A-State to bump the lead back to 9. Octave at Omier, who got the block. Eaton has it. They'll direct a little traffic. Now they'll just sort of reset with Fields out near the timeline. Shot clock hits 10. And feeding from the floor here in the second half. Short entry pass to Omier. We'll just hand it back to Eaton, who was the inbounder. Now they are sort of double teaming Omier. Fields took a little contact, threw it off the glass. Norshad a rebound. His 12th. Desi Sills, we said, checked in. He's been pretty limited. Was a question mark coming into today after being sick. He turned it over, and here come the Falcons trying to again get within 7, maybe closer.
You know, Air Force does a great job of running a Princeton-style offense, and then they have a big that can step out and shoot the three-point ball. So Arkansas State has to be careful and not fall asleep on the defensive end.
There's a shot before the foul as Walker drew some contact. And they're going to call it on Norshad Omier, his third. It was before the shot, so the shot clock will go to 20, and that's where the Falcons will have it underneath.
Arkansas State's in a man-to-man defense.
Entry pass into Ethan Taylor. Shot clock at 5. Hyde Breeder, no. And Norshad Omier took the rebound from Desi Sills. When it comes to getting between him and a rebound, Norshad Omier is colorblind as to what jersey it is.
He's just trying to get, oh my goodness.
Lob into him and he finishes with 2 hands.
But great play by Desi Sills on that possession right there. And Norshad just gets off the floor so fast. And before you know it, just a dunk.
So it pushes the lead back to double figures. Vanderswag nearly lost the handle and now out of bounds as Lucas Moorman was on the sideline. So after getting within 7 at one point and missing a shot to trim it down further than that, the Falcons have gone over 3.5 minutes without scoring. As you see, Norshad Omier able to just catch that and immediately go up with a 2-hand finish.
Yeah, man, he's just so quick off that floor.
Now here's a lob back door for Omier off the back iron. And A-State maintains possession. Eaton with the floater, yes.
Great floater by Marquise. Again, he is extremely dangerous in that mid-range part of the floor. He's just so hard to guard right there.
And now an offensive foul as Eaton is slung to the floor, and that's going to be a foul on Nick Jackson, his first. And team foul number 4 on the Falcons.
Yeah, but Marquise is right there. He's mad at Wesley right now for not telling him that screen was coming. You know, they got to do a better job of telling their point guard that the screen is coming. That's the second time that's happened to Marquise tonight. Well, this afternoon.
Eaton will sit down. So will Norshad Omier as Farrington comes in, and for the first time today we see Lazar Grobovich off Mike Bellato's bench. In the corner, that shot off the mark. It comes to Sills, and he's tripped, working his way around Nick Jackson. Second on Jackson, and the 5th on Air Force. Now 4 minutes and 23 scoreless seconds for Joe Scott's team. We've seen the lead go from 7 back up to 13 as A-State has scored the last 6, and now Jackson's got his 3rd straight foul as he grabs Sills coming around him on the inbound. It didn't take Nick Jackson to go from no fouls to 3. It didn't take him long at all.
Yeah, he's been playing aggressive. He just got caught the last couple of possessions.
Sills is wanting to go to work on Jackson, got to the paint, and he'll head to the free throw line. That one's not on Nick Jackson. It's going to go on A.J. Walker, his second, but now that's already 17 fouls on the Falcons.
Great coaching move by Bellato. Bellato just said, hey, everybody get out the way, because he's seen the mismatch with Jackson guarding Sills on the perimeter.
And at that point, he might have cleared it out for whoever Nick Jackson was guarding after he'd been called for 3 straight fouls.
Right.
But Sills was a good matchup for Arkansas State, as you see the Arkansas transfer who came back to his hometown, and you can sort of see it in his face that he's not feeling 100%, but he knocks down both free throws.
And then, hey, kudos to him, too. He's not forcing things and trying to get his points. He's just making basketball plays to help Arkansas State try to win this basketball game.
8-0 Red Bulls run has pushed the lead back to 15. Jackson up top. Rattled in and out on the 3. Sills with it into the front court. Gives to Grobovich. Now Sills wanted the screen. He takes a step back three.
Oh, wow.
And knocked it down.
Oh, wow. Hey, you don't see that much of him creating his own shot and shooting a three-pointer. That was a great move, step back move by Desi Sills.
He wanted to go to his right and take the three, and when the screen went there, he just made his own space.
Hey, looked like James Harden a little bit right there with that left hand.
Now an 11-0 Arkansas State run to push the lead to 18, largest of the day. Not for long as the three is knocked down by Ethan.
Can continue.
So Arkansas State basketball coming out of the called timeout that turned into a media break. Fields gives it into Grobovich, and he's fouled on the catch. They think they may have spotted another mismatch.
Well, what happens, Air Force, they do a lot of switching, so that makes, therefore, a lot of situations where they could take advantage of the mismatch when they switch, when they play man-to-man defense.
Lazar Grobovich will shoot the 1-and-1. And he missed the front end. Air Force with the rebound and a head of steam into the front court. Bounce pass into Hydebreeder.
Air Force being down by 15, they have to start getting this lead down for Arkansas State if they want to have a chance to win the game.
Trying to post up Desi Sills, and he's called for his second personal. It's only the third Arkansas State team foul of the half. As we approach the midway point. Jackson had it go right off his foot and out of bounds.
Jackson trying to put the ball on the floor, a little bit, trying to do a little bit too much on the offensive end. That's not really in his game.
So Arkansas State in possession. Turnovers even at 11 apiece. Sills goes against the screen, baseline. Had it come off the rim, and the rebound taken by Nick Jackson.
Great defense right there, that possession with Air Force.
Came to double team in the corner. Grobovich sort of ran away from the double team. Walker missed the cleanest look he's had all day.
Man, listen, they've been off 11 days, and it is showing in A.J. Walker's game right now.
Wesley collects it and gets it to go.
A lot of people thought that was a travel, but he kept that pivot foot on that possession. It was close, though.
So Keon Wesley now with 4 points to go along with 5 rebounds. It's a 13-3 Arkansas State spurt.
And look how versatile Wesley was on the possession. He was guarding the point guard, and he's right now the power forward out there.
Sills gives it back to Wesley down the paint, and he's able to hang on and get the bucket.
Great move by Wesley. He's making Daddy proud right now. Great possessions on the offensive end and defensive end.
So back-to-back Keon Wesley buckets, and Arkansas State has its largest lead of the day at 19.
And you see right there, Arkansas State has him on Walker, just making it tough for Walker all game.
Here's Sills with a step, and he gets the layup with, and he knocks down the three-point play.
You think you could get 10 points and 3 assists and 2 rebounds when you're sick?
No, or healthy.
Or healthy.
It had nothing to do with being sick.
I gotcha.
That is Sills' stat line.
Yeah.
He has a seat. You'd think it's a good shot for the day. As into the lineup, Jeffrey Mills had it. Now he gets it back. Mills, a freshman out of Flower Mound, Texas, stopped along the baseline. And he has his pass picked off by Marquise Eaton. Eaton is 1-on-2, and he gets the reverse.
Great reverse layup by Marquise.
And on the other end, an and one opportunity coming up for Mills. Marquise Eaton, 16 points, 7 rebounds, a couple of assists. Lazar Grobovich got the foul, his first. And at the free throw line is Mills, who's now 3 out of 7 at the line on the year, as Grobovich was all alone for the rebound. It's still a 20-5 A-State spurt over the last 7.5 minutes. As they'll work a little clock as we go under 8 minutes. Well, high-low, Wesley at the free throw line, out to Christian Willis. That shot was deflected, and Wesley's in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, Wesley just has energy, and Air Force is not doing a good job of blocking him out, so he's getting second opportunities for Arkansas State.
He's got 8 points, 6 here in just the last couple of minutes.
And I think 6 of those been off of offensive rebounds.
He's grabbed 6 boards on the day. Heidreeder out to a wide open Mormon, and that shot wouldn't go.
You know, again, that was a good shot by Air Force.
Absolutely.
I just think, again, they hadn't played in 11 days, and shots that normally go in for them, they're not falling right now.
Walker got around Willis. Reverse is good.
That's the best move that Walker has made all game. Arkansas State's game plan was to shut him down and not let him score as often as he usually do. They did a great job of that.
You see those numbers, 4 points, 3 boards, 2 assists. Again, averaging 19 a game coming in. And as we told you, it shot 72% from 3 over the last 4 games, with at least 3 makes in all 4 of them. So the Red Wolves have done a good job taking away plan A for the Falcons. Eaton's 3 wouldn't go. Rebound tapped around. Grobovich comes up with it. Off the glass, no. Wesley kept it alive, and Farrington came in.
Arkansas
He's going to
State,
dribble to his spot, and knock down the 3.
At corner 3, once he get there, it's money. Especially if you don't get out there and guard him, he's going to hit that shot. I mean, he dribbled out there and shot.
We'll try to make former Arkansas State head coaches 3-0 in bowl games as his UCF team takes on Florida.
Yeah, man. Hey, Gus Malzahn, hey, they brought some magic. He was one of the, him and the coach at Liberty also.
Coach Freeze, yeah.
Coach Freeze, they brought some magic to Arkansas State's football program for a while.
Coach Freeze and his Liberty team have already won a bowl game as A-State forces a shot clock violation. Blake Anderson and his Utah State Aggies capped off their season with an 11th win of the year in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl last night. So former A-State coaches 2-0 in bowl games, with still Malzahn at UCF and Brian Harsin at Auburn still to go.
And our old AD, Terry Mohadra, there with him as well.
Down at Central Florida. Yep.
Central Florida.
Marquise Eaton handles it over the field. Fields across the paint, lobs it to Farrington, catch and pop, no on the 3. Omier battling the whole world for the rebound, that came away with it.
It's just so hard when you switch in your man-to-man defense. It just makes a mismatch for Arkansas State. It's hard to block out Orchad, you know, because you're a point guard. It's hard to guard. I mean, it's hard to block him out. He's just so strong and so quick.
Omier at the free throw line. He's looking at a couple of things. And that bottom, when you look at that number, that was coming in its games against Division I opponents. That means that stat, what that means, Arkansas State's taken 41% as many free throws as it had field goals in the year. Just kind of speaks to their ability to get to the line. Omier, a big part of that.
And also Desi Seals getting to the bucket, creating fouls.
Another rebound for Omier, his 15th. He has his 6th double-double of his career with at least 15 points and 15 boards now, as he's got 20 and 15 on the day. Desi Seals returns to the floor for the Red Wolves. Desi Seals made a liar out of me. He's back in there. Thought he might be done for the day the last time he checked out.
Well, Coach Bellato's doing right about now with 5 minutes to go, and they're up as many points as they are. He's just trying to get better and trying to throw different matchups and different, substitutions to see how they play together, different lineups.
Arkansas State has taken 12 more shots than Air Force has in the second half alone, 27-15, and they're going to call that out of bounds off the field.
Yep, that's great defense right there by Walker. Walker's like, listen, I ain't been scoring a lot of points, but I'm going to play good defense.
He's got it in the front court. Now Mormon up top. We have a whistle inside away from the basketball. It's going to be a foul on Caleb Fields, which is his first of the day. Just the sixth on Arkansas State, so Air Force will inbound.
Yeah, you can see Fields and Walker doing a little jawing right now.
Now they're going to stop play and wipe up a wet spot right under the basket. So Eaton gives it the seal of approval.
And Arkansas State still got a lot of their starters in. Hey, they're not. They're trying to close out this game.
Another block by Omir as that one goes out of bounds. 14 on the shot clock. So Omir with the, let's see how many.
Got to be
look
around
at his
6
stat
blocks.
line. He's got his hands on a lot of balls. As the shot is up, no good, but long rebound out to the Falcons. He's been now 5 blocks to go along with 20 points and 15 rebounds.
What a game. What a game.
And he was going to get 6, but he just got called for the foul first. And he doesn't believe it.
You know, I really.
And he doesn't either.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it is I definitely know he's a next level player. When I'm talking about playing professional basketball, that right there is not a foul. He's holding his weight. He's straight up. He jumps straight up. That's just a block. But, you know, sometimes that happens where you get the foul.
And it's probably, I'm going to say it again, I think it'll be the end of his day when he checks out here with 4 fouls. Grobovich back in. He's saying, Coach, I had my hands straight up, I promise.
Yeah, Coach, Coach over there laughing with him.
Well, because we talked every game. They've been having work with North Shadow Mirror on staying out of foul trouble.
And Bobo, he's been doing a better job of just keeping his hands straight up and not getting those silly fouls.
Yeah, he played 22 minutes today.
But just think about that stat line in 22 minutes. 20 points, 5 blocks, 12 rebounds?
15.
15 rebounds. Come on, man. In 22 minutes, that's amazing.
Walker is 0 for 4 from 3 now, but Air Force keeps snagging these long rebounds. They've been on offense for a while. Walker this time gets the reverse layup to the game. And apparently they may get that question live because he didn't look caught off by it. Said usually commercial.
Okay.
Every once in a while they said they get to take military flight.
Wow.
Which obviously they prefer because then he said you drive right on the tarmac to the plane, get off, get on the plane and take off. So
wow.
It's a commercial trip for the Falcons on this one as they'll head to Texas tonight. Sills baseline.
Great move. Man, when you get to that baseline, he is hard to stop on that baseline. Tarleton State, Freddie Hicks' son plays there. He's a sophomore this year. Good basketball player. Well, actually a freshman again.
For Coach Billy Gillespie.
Yeah. Great player.
Freddie Hicks, former A-State product out of Marianna, Arkansas. Tarleton State, also the alma mater of our guy Jerry Scott, sports information director at Arkansas State. Omir back out on the floor and still challenging shots. So again, I was wrong when I say a guy's day is done. I'm going to give up on that one as Sills is bumped on the baseline and he'll go to the free throw line. So Desi Sills will head to the line. Arkansas State has 3 players in double figures. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I said Coach Bellano is just making sure they close out. He's wanting to win, and he's got his players still out playing, and they're trying to get better as the year goes on.
And the truth is, we've seen pretty much everybody. Avery Felts is out there. Mario Fantina checks in. Pretty much everybody that Arkansas State's going to play gets in the rotation for the most part.
Yep.
Seals came up empty on both free throws. Air Force has the basketball as we go near 2 minutes to play. Corner goes at O'Meara, and he gets his 6th block.
Man, O'Meara, hey, on the offensive end, the defensive end, he's just getting it done.
20 points, 16 rebounds, I'm sorry, and 6 blocks. Seals misses the 3. By the way, you were asking earlier, his rebounds right now split in half, 8 offensive, 8 defensive.
Oh, man. I mean, you think about that. 8 more possessions on the offensive end, just getting offensive rebounds. You know, I mean, when that happens, when one player does that, that's just hard for other teams to beat.
Sheck Endura is going to check in here along with Nicholas Tingling, the youngster from Port St. Lucie, Florida. As Wesley sits down, Keon Wesley sure gave A-State good minutes, especially in the second half.
Yeah, he definitely he gave his daddy something to be proud of coming here tonight.
And now it'll belong to Arkansas State off the turnover. As I think Vanderswag became the latest victim to step on the sideline, maybe.
Yeah, again, man, that's just tough. Court is getting so much smaller. They're going to have to make it a little wider as well.
You're going to keep moving the three-point line. Eventually got to make the court wider.
Oh, great pass.
And there is an exclamation mark on the day for Norshad O'Meara. 22 points, 16 boards for the Sun Belt Player of the Year, and it's a 28-point advantage.
Hey, man, he's going to make so many posters before he's a senior here if he stays here, man. I mean, it's just unreal, man, how quick he gets off that floor.
And that bucket by O'Meara also fitting from the standpoint as that makes the most points Air Force has allowed this year. 66 had been the most until that Norshad O'Meara flush. Deep 3 up and knocked down by Jake Hydebreeder.
Hydebreeder, when he let that go, you could tell that was going in. That's a great looking shot by Hydebreeder.
With a minute to go, Mike Bellato grabs a timeout just to get Norshad O'Meara out of the game to a well-deserved big round of applause as Lazar Grobovich is back in. As Norshad O'Meara was a handful today for the Falcons. Grobovich, no. Rebound into the hands of Vanderswag. No good on the jumper, and Mario Fantina has the rebound. Just about a 2-second difference between the clocks, so Arkansas State will have to take a shot or a turnover, one of the two. So what a performance for Mike Bellato's team today.
Yeah, they played well collectively. Everybody played good. Your perimeter players played well. Your inside players played well. They played good defense as well.
Knocked away from Endure, now in transition. Shot no good, Tingling the rebound, and that is how to come to